More than 3 years after being charged in a Morrill County double fatal crash, the suspect who skipped town after posting bail is back in custody. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, more than 3 years after being charged in a Morrill County double fatal crash, the suspect who skipped town after posting bail is back in custody. 34-year-old Aldo Hernandez Meza was booked into the Morrill County Jail on Saturday, stemming from charges on a crash on Highway 385 in 2022 that claimed the lives of Charles and Linda Deeker of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He was charged with motor vehicle homicide, failure to yield, and no operator's license, but 8 days after the crash, posted 10% of his $20,000 bond and never returned to Morrill County Court to answer to the charges. However, Sheriff Milo Cardenas says that Hernandez Meza was recently apprehended in New Jersey and has since been extradited back to Bridgeport. Cardenas says Hernandez Meza is now set to stand trial on 2 counts of motor vehicle homicide. In a release, he said the Morrill County Sheriff's Office is dedicated to bringing justice to the victims' families and ensuring accountability for those responsible. Well, a tentative 2-day jury trial has been set for one of the 2 South Dakota men charged with leading authorities on a high-speed pursuit in Cheyenne County. 23-year-old Edgar Bear Runner is facing 9 felonies, including felon in possession of a firearm, possessing a stolen firearm, and operating a motor vehicle to avoid arrest. Court documents say he and Richard Martinez refused to stop in the stolen vehicle they were driving, with speeds in the chase exceeding 100 miles per hour. During the pursuit, one of the men tossed 4 of the stolen guns out of the vehicle. Bear Runner could stand trial on October 28th and 29th in Cheyenne County District Court, but there is a deadline of October 14th for a plea agreement to be finalized. Richard Martinez is facing 7 similar felony counts and will be back in court on October 1st for his next scheduled hearing. And Scottsbluff County Commissioners approved 1- and 6-year road plans last week, with only 9 projects on the 1-year schedule. Overall, 2025-2026 spending on 4 bridge, 3 chip seal, and 2 asphalt mill and fill projects will total nearly $1.46 million. Road Superintendent Steve Baird told the board it was a pretty sparse plan and even pared down by 1 project due to a tight budget.
Last year's projects, we spent a little over probably about $3.2 million on bridge projects last year. Of course, the River Bridge was the big one, but at $2 million, but a little bit over $3.2 million on bridges and about $1.2 million on the asphalt roads between overlays and the chip sealing.
The asphalt and mill and fill projects include 42nd Street from 21st Avenue west to the city limits, and the chip seal includes all 12 miles of Stiegel Road. After approving the plan, commissioners also approved Simon Contractors' bids for both asphalt projects, the second of which is County Road P from Minutair west to Nebraska Link L79E. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least 1 float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Welcome back. The Nebraska Department of Agriculture has received a report of a horse in the Panhandle that has contracted the West Nile virus. Horses can become infected with the virus after being bitten by an infected mosquito. However, they cannot transmit the virus to other horses or people after they contract the disease. While many horses can be exposed to the disease and not show symptoms, about 35% will become ill and will have to be potentially euthanized. Horses that may be infected with West Nile virus may exhibit one or more symptoms that include weakness in the legs, muscle twitching, and even an altered mental state. So far this year, 50 mosquito surveillance samples have tested positive in the Panhandle, as well as 13 human cases here in western Nebraska. And a reported road rage incident turns deadly in Cheyenne Saturday night, with one 19-year-old dead and another 19-year-old in custody. Police were dispatched to the area of the King Soopers grocery store shortly after 9 p.m. and found a male with a gunshot wound. Preliminary information indicates a dispute had occurred between the two earlier in the day and crossed paths later Saturday while driving. They pulled their vehicles into the grocery store parking lot, where the dispute escalated into what turned into the fatal shooting. This case remains under investigation by the Cheyenne Police Department's Detective Bureau.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Welcome to Her Report. Today, guys, we are at the Nebraska State Fair in Grand Island, Nebraska, and I am joined by Miss Jacqueline Wilson. Jacqueline, how's it going today?
It is amazing. And hey, congrats. I heard this is your first live show.
Yes.
So that is super cool.
Yes. It's very much fun. I called Katie Jagels. She works for Rural Radio, and she set you up to come and do this interview, so thank you so much for coming.
Well, like I've told a couple people, I said, well, it's a good way to start because you can only go up from here. So.
I don't know about that, but yeah, we're going to find out. Jacqueline, tell everybody a little bit about your ranch, and then we're going to get into some stuff, but tell everybody where you guys are and what you're doing.
Sure, absolutely. So Wilson Flying Diamond Ranch, we're on the western side of Nebraska Sand Hills, northeast of Lakeside. So 5th generation that's back living and working on the operation. My dad and I are equal partners, have been now for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
I run the cow side. He does things that he wants to do some days. Other days he does things I want him to do, which is great.
Sounds normal.
Yeah, we have a phenomenal relationship. Very lucky to be there. So Red Angus, Simmental, commercial cow-calf herd. We calve in May. I actually just sold my fall cows, so only have one calving herd now, which is great. Run long yearlings. go back to grass, and then market a lot of different ways, whether it be retained ownership through the feedlot, through the sell barn, through video. We have a direct-to-consumer business, retained ownership on some, so we're set up to do a lot of different ways. And then along with that, just started a seed stock business down in Uruguay over the last year.
This is something I really want to talk about. We were talking about it here right before we started the podcast. This is really interesting.
Yeah, and it's super exciting and fun because I get to travel a bit, but and then spend my time doing a lot of volunteer work. So it's great to be here at State Fair for the day. My swather actually broke down, so that is why I am here today.
I'm glad. Perfect. Glad it worked out.
It happened. So this is awesome.
But you're picking up a new one, right?
A new to me one.
Yes,
so.
Well, that's all I ever get to is a new to me.
Yep, that's exactly right. But at least hopefully this one I can treat it right from the beginning now.
Yeah, I saw the other one had a rough few years in the beginning, possibly.
Oh yeah, and our relationship has been only the last couple years, but I definitely on the rebound right now with that one.
Yes, and so you write for the Midwest Messenger and a couple other places. How did that all get started?
So it started about 15 years ago. I was asked to do what they called a producer progress report for a bi-weekly, it's an every other week newspaper, and started doing that. And then over time, they just said, hey, our readers like to read what you're writing, which I think probably because it was a little too open and honest sometimes. And then it just progressed. And now, it's in 5 different publications. It goes out to about 65,000 producers a week throughout the Midwest.
Wow.
And like yesterday morning, I was writing one when I was half of it I wrote in the semi, and the other half I wrote when I was rounding up steers to take to a feedlot, and so it actually went online this morning. I read it and I go, oh yeah, that's what I wrote about. Okay, well at least it kind of made sense. But hey,
it was really good. I read it here today right before we got in here and stuff. And yeah, you're just talking about your swather and your breakdown and stuff. And they're very short, but they're very entertaining.
Well, some of them are. Some of them are not. But those are the ones I write in the bathtub or in the middle of the night. But I appreciate it. And there's been so many phenomenal things that have become of it, and there's so many great relationships that I've built because of it. And there's so many changes even in our operation and business opportunities. So it's been a great addition. As challenging as it sometimes is, it's been a really good addition.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors. The customers say it best, and they feel the difference every day.
Very happy with it. Very, very happy. I don't get tired of looking at them. And it's so nice with the breeze now, opening the windows, the ease of sliding the windows back and forth. Notice that it is warmer in the winter time, and it is cooler when the sun is shining in.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors. The customers say it best. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the general public now has an online portal through which they can access a variety of information available from the Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Scottsbluff and Gering Police Departments. On each agency's website, you'll find a link to a site intended to facilitate communication, information sharing, and community engagement. Scottsbluff Police Chief Chris Abras says the original plan was to roll the data available through the Central Square system in stages.
So it was going to start with warrants, sex offenders, and current inmates. And then the second phase was going to be kind of where the community can submit feedback or extra patrol requests. So that's what it's called. It's an extra patrol request, submit a tip, or citizen feedback. So they can give good feedback or bad feedback, suggestions for improvement. But we did go ahead and launch all of that at once, and there is more that we could add in the future, but we wanted to kind of get our feet wet and see how this went.
Brass believes the portal will make it easier for the public to interact and share information with law enforcement in the county, such as when submitting a patrol request. She says there are other tools in the Central Square suite that could come online in the future, but for now, law enforcement officials want to see how the public uses the first 6. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.